you're gonna clear up. You know it's true. Things could not get any better, babe, when I'm with you. Maybe we can go out on the town tonight, and my dear, we will see the city lights. Electric City, you look so pretty. Electric City.
Hello and welcome to City Insights. I'm Beth Batson. We've been sitting down with each of our 9 city council members to talk about what's happening in the Electric City. Our guest today, Dr. Beatrice Thompson. Welcome, Dr. Thompson.
Thank you, Beth. It's a pleasure to be here.
You represent Seat 5 on the Anderson City Council. Tell us about that geographic area.
Seat 5 encompasses the southwestern area of the city, beginning on Malden Street, extending south on Murray Avenue to the city limits, and then from Murray Avenue west by the way of Franklin Street, West Market Street, and West Witness Street to the city limits. And it also includes the alphabet streets. Some of the landmarks in my area include the Recreation Center on Murray Avenue, the West Side Historic District, and the Public Works Complex on Southwood Street.
A very significant chunk there.
Yes.
And you were first elected to the Anderson City Council in 1976. You must have seen an awful lot. Let's start with what led you to public service to begin with.
I grew up in the west area, in the rural area of Anderson. I am the 8th of 9 children in my family, and our parents always taught us the importance of helping others, not just in our immediate family, but in the community as well. So early in my life, I developed a passion for helping others. And after attending South Carolina State College, I returned home, married my sweetheart, and we built a home on West Franklin Street in Anderson. And while there, I began to look around my neighborhood, and I saw that there were many needs that were not being assisted with. And so there were things like no street lights, sidewalks, and across from where we built our home, there was a flood zone. A developer had built many homes there, but the problem was the residents who lived there often had to be evacuated from their homes when there was a significant rain. This concerned me, so I approached Mayor Darwin Wright and to ask if the city could help with this. He appointed me to a committee called the Human Relations Committee, and while there, it really appeared to me that our lives are impacted by public policy and public officials. And I began to toy with the idea that maybe if I could consider being a public official, I could possibly be a voice for the folk in my community. And I knew then that it would be a challenge to run for council. But because several African Americans had run prior to this time and had not been successful. But with the encouragement of my family and my community, I threw my hat in the ring, and I was successful after a long, hard campaign. And I became the first African American and the second female to have a seat on City Council.
Wow. And so 3 decades later, here we are, and
Yes.
you served under 3 mayors.
3 mayors.
And to put that in perspective, during that time, our country saw 6 presidents. So what are some of the most significant changes you've seen in Anderson over those past 3 decades?
Well, one of the most significant changes, shortly after I became a member of council, the system changed, the election system itself. At the time I ran, the city was divided into 8 wards, but that was the old at-large system of elections. So you had to run from the seat where you resided, but you had to be elected from the entire city. And at that time, the term of office was 2-year terms, and it was partisan elections. Now, since that time, there had been a change. In my first term of office, the system changed and the city was redistricted into 6 single-member districts with 3 at-large seats, including the mayor. The term of office changed from 2-year terms to 4-year staggered terms and nonpartisan election. A very significant change, and a change for the better.
It's interesting that one of the most significant changes was actually sort of a systematic change,
Yes.
a change in the process.
Right, the whole process changed, not just in Anderson, but across the nation.
And you have served for a long time on our recreation committee, and so I'm certain that you're very proud of our beautiful recreation center. As you mentioned, it's in your district, and all the progress the city has made on that front. Could you talk to us a little bit about where we are on that and the recent developments, and why it's important to our citizens?
Well, first of all, let me mention a change that was very significant to me. I mentioned to you about the flooding situation when I went on council on the west side of town. Well, shortly after I became a member of council, we were lucky in receiving some federal funds, and we developed a fluming situation that ran from Murray Avenue all the way down to Southwood, and it alleviated the flooding situation for those citizens. That was a change, and I was very proud of that. Other changes made was, you mentioned the recreation center. I've served on that committee from the very first, and when I started, we had the old Coleman Recreation Center, which had really outlived its benefits. So the city got busy, and we developed a comprehensive recreation plan for the whole city. And we started out with developing a new recreation center. And it's beautiful. It's the City of Anderson Recreation Center. It serves not only the citizens of Anderson, but the citizens of Anderson County, where they can go now and it's a walking track. We have all kind of activities. It's a fun place to be. We've also developed in our parks. We've upgraded the parks with new equipment. We've even placed cameras for safety in our parks. And we're planning now to tie our whole city together with a recreation plan, beginning at the east-west connector all the way to Southwood Street, walking tracks, bicycle trails, green space, to make us healthy. And so the recreation has gone very well, and we've been very, very lucky to be able to find funding through our hospitality funds.
Wow, that's really something to look forward to, the next phase of the recreation plan. Council has made neighborhoods and housing a priority. You have always worked hard in that arena, Dr. Thompson, so it must be gratifying to you to see that come about as a priority. Could you talk to us a little bit about that for a minute?
It is great, Beth. You just mentioned that the priority now for council, one of the top priorities, is neighborhood development. And in the past few years, we have worked very hard to upgrade our neighborhoods. We've torn down, I guess, at least 300 houses that were substandard. We have developed green space, and we've developed a comprehensive plan for upgrading our neighborhoods. In fact, I just left a meeting today where we're getting ready to develop and to choose a developer for the Murray Franklin development on the west side. We're already building houses on McCullough Street on the west side, on the south side of town, and the east side of town to upgrade our neighborhoods. And so we're on a roll. We've developed neighborhood watch groups, or neighborhood improvement groups, where the City of Anderson's officials and the neighbors join together monthly with meetings to work together to upgrade the neighborhoods. It's been a great situation, so I'm very proud that we are now on the road to successfully developing our neighborhoods.
Yes, and it's an important partnership effort, isn't it, between the city and the public and some other entities?
Oh, yes. Well, we have developed really great partnerships. ANMED Health, Anderson University, Anderson County, Homeland Parks, the nonprofits, United Way. We've all come together because we realize that actually we're all in this together, and coming together, we have made a lot of strides that we couldn't have made just by ourselves.
Something to be proud of.
Yes.
And as you look back and as you look forward, what are some of the things that you're most proud of or excited about?
Well, I'm proud of all the things that I mentioned, but downtown, I know other council members have mentioned that, but downtown is really a source of pride. From a little sleepy town now, our town is really on a roll. New street lights, sidewalks, streetscape, new buildings. We've got actually a little hotel, Blackman Inn. We have built a municipal business center. Now we have our 24-hour radio, television station. Citizens can sit in their homes and watch council proceedings live and also see what's going on in the city. So we've we've purchased our own water system. We have done just a lot of things to revitalize our downtown because that's the heart of our city.
Anything else you'd like to share with us today?
Well, I think I'd like to mention, Beth, that our city has been very progressive. And I'm very proud of the direction that we're heading. I think as I look back to the three mayors that you mentioned, Mayor Darwin Wright, Mayor Richard Shirley, and now Mayor Terrence Roberts, each of those guys brought a special leadership skill to our council. I've served with some outstanding council members, and I have to say that I really, really appreciate them. Right now, we have a very diverse council. We have our own ideas, our own opinions, but the thing that's really good is that we are respectful of each other, and we all have the same mission of accomplishment. And I think it's because of those diverse opinions that make us stronger. So that's a strength for us. I am also very proud of our administrative staff. Our city manager has made sure that we were financially strong. We've had very few tax increases during my tenure. We have the assistant city manager, our division heads, and our 450 hard-working, committed city employees just all come together, and they look at it and say, hey, we're all in this together. We'll all benefit if we work together. So I've been very proud of that. And so I think in the next few years, you're not going to even know. We're on a roll now, but just watch our smoke. We're going to be one of the most beautiful places to live in not just South Carolina, but across this nation. Anderson is going to be the place to be.
Yes, it is. And we appreciate the leadership role that you had in bringing us to this point. And it's been a very special privilege to sit here with you today, and an honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Let me not forget that I want to thank the citizens of Anderson, and not just my constituents, but all across the city for their support and their faith in me, to support me all these many years. And I hope that I brought something to this city that will make all of our lives better.
You have. Thank you, Dr. Thompson.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us on City Insights. If you have questions or comments, please feel free to email us at currentbuzz@cityofandersonsc.com. And have a great day in the Electric City.